Most people think you need a gym, protein shakes, or leg machines to keep your legs strong after 70. But in Japan, many elders stay mobile without ever setting foot in a gym. They don't use treadmills, personal trainers, or expensive supplements. Instead, they rely on something simpler and far more consistent. This daily habit isn't flashy. It won't trend on social media, but it works because it's part of how they live, not something they force. The secret? It's how they move through the day, especially how they sit, stand, and rest. In most traditional Japanese homes, people still sit close to the ground. That means they're constantly engaging their legs just by living. Every time they stand up from the floor or kneel down to reach something, they're training. We call it functional movement, but for them, it's just life. And it starts from childhood, continuing into their 80s and 90s. You might be wondering, isn't sitting on the floor hard on the knees? Yes, at first, but it actually preserves strength, flexibility, and circulation if done gradually. And unlike gym workouts, this habit uses your own body weight in natural, repeatable ways. It keeps your thighs, glutes, and even core active every single day. In Western countries, elders are often encouraged to avoid the floor, but that's one reason so many lose mobility faster. Staying off the ground may feel safer, but it disconnects us from the strength we still have and speeds up muscle loss. Japanese elders don't wait for pain or weakness to change their lifestyle. They preserve strength through small daily movements repeated thousands of times over a lifetime. That's the habit. Ground-level living, sitting low, standing up, bending down, not as exercise but as ritual. Even something as ordinary as taking off shoes at the door becomes leg training. They balance on one foot, squat slightly, all without realizing they're doing strength work. Studies from the Tokyo Metropolitan Institute of Gerontology show that elders who sit and stand from the floor regularly have significantly better leg strength and balance, not just compared to inactive seniors, but even to some who use walking aids. It's not magic, it's habit. And the best part, you can start today, even if you haven't in decades. Start with a small cushion or yoga mat. Try sitting with one or both legs bent for just a few minutes each day. Use a wall or sturdy chair to support yourself when standing back up. The goal isn't to struggle. It's to reconnect with your own strength. Japanese elders didn't learn this from health coaches. They learned it from culture and consistency. If you're over 70 and feel your legs getting weaker, don't ignore it. You don't need to lift weights. You need to return to intentional movement. Mobility doesn't disappear overnight. It fades with each day we stop using the muscles that carry us. But in Japan, elders don't retire from movement. They stay involved cooking, gardening, sitting on floors, not because they must, but because they choose to. That choice is available to you too. Even if your knees crack or your balance feels shaky, your body is listening. Each time you sit down and stand up from the floor, you're doing something powerful. You're saying, I'm still strong and I'm not giving up my legs without a fight. You don't need to move to Japan or sleep on a futon to benefit from this habit. But you do need to bring intentional floor movement back into your life little by little. Let's start with the most important rule. Respect your current limits. This habit is about building strength, not hurting yourself or rushing progress. If you haven't sat on the floor in years, your knees or hips may resist. That's perfectly normal, and it's exactly why we begin with support and softness. Choose a safe, clean space in your home, ideally near a wall or stable furniture. Place a yoga mat or thick carpet on the floor to protect your knees. Then take a firm pillow or zafu cushion. Sit down slowly with help if needed and try to stay for just 1 to 2 minutes. You can sit cross-legged or with legs bent to the side, whatever feels least painful. There's no single correct position. The point is to reintroduce low posture living. Keep your back supported at first if needed. Some elders in Japan even use small backrests on the floor, and so can you. If you're looking for a comfortable and supportive option, we recommend the Holly Foldable Japanese Meditation Chair. It offers gentle back support and folds easily for storage. Lincoln Desk Pin. The next step is the most powerful standing backup. Use your hands, knees, a wall, or a sturdy chair, whatever you need. You are not cheating by using help. You are retraining your brain and legs to work together gently, safely, and repeatedly. Even just 1 or 2 repetitions per day will begin to reawaken dormant strength. And that's how Japanese elders stay strong. They do this hundreds of times per month just by living. You can also begin with transitional practices, like sitting on a low bench instead of a floor, squatting while holding onto a table, doing half stands from a pillow. The key is consistency, not intensity. This isn't a workout. It's a ritual of reclaiming control over your legs. Another way to apply this habit: eat 1 meal per week seated on the floor. It can be breakfast, tea, or even just fruit. Keep it gentle and mindful. This also strengthens digestion and posture, since sitting low encourages upright alignment. In Japan, meals are slow, quiet, and grounded, literally and emotionally. If sitting low is still too painful, start with toilet posture training. Use a low stool to practice rising and sitting slowly, engaging legs each time. Every repetition counts. Each one is a vote for strength, independence, and longevity. You can even combine this with household chores. Fold laundry on the floor, water plants while kneeling, reach for low cabinets instead of asking for help. None of this is extreme, but all of it is intentional. And over time, it builds a kind of resilience most people underestimate. This is how leg strength is preserved in Japan. Not by pushing harder, but by moving daily, not by isolating muscles, but by engaging the whole body through life itself. What we call mobility training, they call Tuesday, because when habits are cultural, they become invisible and incredibly powerful. Even Japanese elders with arthritis adapt this principle. They use thicker cushions, slower movements, and keep the habit alive on their terms. If you want to start, you don't need the perfect setup. Just a soft surface, a few minutes, and a willingness to listen to your body. Document your progress even in small notes. Track how your legs feel after a week, how balance improves after 10 days. If your family or doctor raises concerns, share the science. This is not guesswork. It's backed by decades of real results from real elders. And if you're worried about safety, start with chair squats. From a dining chair, sit and stand slowly 5 times every morning. You'll be amazed how this small ritual wakes up your thighs, calves, and balance. It's quiet strength, just like the elders of Japan. Most people think leg strength is only about walking or climbing stairs, but in reality, it's deeply connected to something far more important: your independence. Japanese elders know this without needing to say it. They keep moving because it lets them keep choosing what to eat, where to go, how to live. When you can get up from the floor on your own, it's not just a movement, it's a message. I still belong to myself. That's the real reason floor-level habits matter. They preserve freedom quietly day after day. In Japan, it's common for elders to live alone, even into their 90s, and not because they have to, but because they still can. This lifestyle nurtures something that often disappears with age: self-worth. When you're still useful in your own space, you feel valuable, not like a burden. In the West, elders are often told to rest more or be careful, but overprotection creates the very weakness we fear. Japanese culture takes a different approach. It encourages movement, engagement, and responsibility, even in very old age. When you're asked to help prepare tea, fold a futon, or kneel to pray, you stay involved. And being involved is the key to staying mentally alive. The body and mind are not separate. Every time you engage your legs, you send energy to your brain, your balance, your confidence. This isn't just poetic, it's proven. Studies from Kyoto University show that elders who maintain floor-based routines score higher in cognitive resilience and mood because movement is memory. And when you keep moving, you remind yourself, I still matter. I can still care for myself. That's why something as simple as standing up from the floor matters so much. It's a personal revolution, small, silent, and sacred. Ko, 87, still prepares her own meals in her countryside home. She says, I move because I want to eat what I like. I stand because I want to choose my cup. There's beauty in that kind of ordinary strength. Not fast, not loud, but resilient. When we talk about aging, we often focus on what's lost, but this habit shows us what can still be kept or even gained. We're not just talking about preventing falls or pain. We're talking about preserving dignity. In Japan, there's no shame in aging slowly, even with gray hair. Slower steps or aching joints, elders are still respected. And part of that respect comes from the fact that elders still participate. They are not placed aside. They are part of the rhythm. This kind of engagement keeps the body strong, not because it's exercise, but because it's connection. If you felt invisible lately, if you felt like your legs are giving up on you, know this: they haven't. They're just waiting for you to remind them that you're still here. Even a few minutes per day of floor-level movement can change your mood, not just your muscles, your mind. Your world opens back up. Your body stops shrinking into the chair and begins expanding again into life. You are not weak because you age. You only become weak when you stop using what you have. And you still have strength in your legs, even if they tremble, even if they hurt, even if you're scared. Because strength is not about power. It's about refusal to give up. You've seen how this quiet Japanese habit preserves strength, dignity, and independence. But now comes the most important question. How do you begin? The answer isn't all at once. It's gradual, gentle, and designed for real people with real joints and real fears. Let's start with a 30-day approach. Not a challenge, not a boot camp, just a quiet return to your body. Week 1, reconnect and observe. Sit on a cushion or mat for 2 minutes per day. Use support. Explore how your body feels. Try different positions, cross-legged, Caesar, or legs to the side. Journal any pain, tightness, or ease you feel without judgment. Practice standing back up once or twice with help. If needed, stay near a wall or hold onto a sturdy table. This week is about awareness, not performance. Let your muscles and brain talk to each other again. Week 2, gently increase reps. Add 1 more minute of seated time per day. Total of 3 minutes. Try standing up from the floor 3 times each session. Also, begin folding something on the floor. Laundry, napkins, socks. This combines movement with purpose, the Japanese way. By now, your legs may feel sore. That's good. It means they're waking up. Just remember, don't force. Rest when needed. This is rebuilding, not pushing. Week 3, integrate into life. Now begin 1 meal or tea session per week seated on the floor. Even just 10 minutes, a full experience of ground-level calm. You may also try reading, praying, or meditating while seated on the floor. Tie the habit to something meaningful to you. By this point, you'll likely feel small changes. Less effort standing, better posture, calmer mind. Your body is responding, and more importantly, so is your confidence. Week 4, build your own routine. Choose a time of day when this habit feels best. Morning, after lunch, or evening. Make it your own. Add music, light incense, or sip herbal tea after practice. Try 5 stands from the floor daily with or without support. Feel how your body trusts itself more each time. Also, try watering plants while kneeling, sitting to fold clothes, picking up objects from the ground slowly and deliberately. This is how the Japanese habit becomes your habit. Not something you do, but how you move through life, what to expect. After 30 days, you won't become an athlete, but you will likely notice easier time getting out of bed, more confidence bending and standing, less stiffness in the morning. You may also sleep better, digest more easily, and feel more mentally alert because movement feeds every part of your well-being, and above all, you'll feel stronger in who you are, not because of what you can do, but because of what you are no longer afraid to try. This is the power of floor-level life. Not loud, not forced, just steady, human, and honest. No matter your age, your body is still listening. And it's not too late to whisper, "Let's begin again." Even 1 movement a day says, "I still care about myself." And in Japanese culture, that quiet self-respect is the beginning of longevity. So place your cushion, set your timer, and make space to reclaim your strength. 1 quiet moment at a